how to create Facebook or Meta ads with a very low budget that can be 500 rupees per day or £5 or $5 per day. And this is a very common question. A lot of people ask me every day that how they can create Facebook or Meta ads with a very limited or low budget. And ये question भी काफी valid है. If you're starting a Facebook ad for the first time, you don't want to spend all the money or all your marketing budget at the initial stage. So what I've done in this video is that I've created an entire guide on how to start your Facebook ads with a very limited budget, and along with that budget allocation को कैसे plan करें, which is a very important topic which no one discuss when you start your digital marketing journey, especially into paid media. So just to give you a context, what I'm going to cover is I'm going to create one campaign in front of you, and I'm also going to show you a campaign which is already running, which is already live, जहाँ पे CPL is very limited. The CPL as of now is around 300 rupees. That can be around £3 per CPL or $4 to $5 per CPL, that is cost per lead. Along with that, I'm also going to show you the structure and the setup which I follow to target the audience, as well as the way I do market research. And in the next process, I'm going to show you the process, or you can say the protocol which I follow in order to decide or allocate the marketing budget into Facebook ads. So if you're someone who's trying to learn digital marketing or starting to learn Facebook or paid media for the first time, this video is exactly for you. So without any further ado, let me start sharing my screen. Alrighty, so first thing first, I'll show you the ads manager. I am currently on the Facebook ads manager, as you can see, and I'm showing you the live campaign. Now in this campaign, yesterday only we generated 2 leads. So this is just an example, and that's why I'm showing you how someone can start Facebook or Meta ads with a very limited budget. Now the budget for this campaign is surprisingly very low. That is 300 rupees per day. That means £3 or you can say $4 per day. Now here if you see on the screen, 189 rupees is the CPL, that is cost per result. Total spending yesterday is 378 rupees. I'm showing you this entire ads manager, and we are using this ads manager as per the Indian rupees, and a lot of people who are watching this video, they are from the Indian market only. But if you're running the ads or any kind of campaign from any other market, these rules will also applicable to you. So watch this carefully. So I'll show you a couple of metrics which is very important, which you should consider. I'll directly go to ads level. So first, you might be aware about this thing, but I'll again give you the entire basics idea about the Facebook ad structure. So this is campaign level, where this is the campaign. This is ad set level, where we have put all the targeting information, the area we are targeting. We do all the targeting in the ad set level. Campaign level is somewhere we are going to decide the budget and other things which we are going to discuss later. On the ad set level, that is your ads level, not ad set. Ad set is this one. This is ads level. We'll be putting the creative as well as copies. So one of the important metrics, or you can say the KPIs which I consider is your CTR, that is click-through rate. So since this ad account is new, I'm going to click on setup, and I'll directly go to discover more column presets, because you need to make sure that if you're not able to see certain KPIs, cost per lead, CTR, you actually go to column and you're going to customize the entire presets. So I'll click on create new presets. So under this, if you see here, I'll select frequency, because frequency is something which is very important KPI we need to take in order to understand more about how our ads is performing. Second, I'll take impressions. Results is already there, so I'll take this as well. And if you see here, I'll take CTR all, that is click-through rate all. I'll take CPC and clicks. Amount spent is automatically there, so I'm not going to take amount spent. And I'm also going to take cost per result and CPM, because these things are quite important for us to measure, especially when you're just starting the lead generation campaign. And these presets are for the lead generation campaign. I'm going to share a couple of more presets in the next video about any other type of campaign. But since this is a lead generation campaign, this particular presets is the standard one. Now I'm going to just a second, click on apply. Now when I apply this particular presets, you'll be able to see the frequency. The CTR for this particular creative is 0.84, which is not as good because I am expecting CTR of around 3%. That is the standard one. But if you see, only with this CTR, the CTR of 0.83, that means this image can be improved. We are still able to get the very quality lead. Now 6 leads here at the CPL of 252, and then 1 lead here on this particular image. 286 is the CPL, that is cost per lead. 400 is the CPL for this particular image. So we have got 3 leads here as well. And now if you see, I'm not going to show you the exact because these are the data from client, but I will show you the lead quality. Now out of 11 lead, if you see, we have got almost 2 lead that are not interested, but other lead are either contactable or they are part of the process. That means the client is able to close on these leads. So as I told you, with a very limited budget, creating a campaign on Facebook ads is easy. It's all about how you're creating the campaign and what kind of structure, or you can say the SOP or guideline you are following. So I'm going to show you that as well, how to allocate the meta ads budget. And I'm also going to show you the strategy which I follow and which you should follow if you're creating any campaign with a very small budget. But before that, I'll also show you how to create a campaign on Facebook ads with a very limited budget. Alrighty, so I'm going to create a new campaign with a very limited budget. Now I'll be creating the campaign with INR 500 rupees. You can customize or you can create one more campaign as per your own currency, that can be dollar or pound. You see, this is the dashboard of Facebook Ads Manager. You might be aware about this very well. So I'm going to click on create and I'm going to start lead generation campaign. That will be the objective and it will be leads. Now you can create another types of campaign as well. But to begin with, you're going to learn how to create lead generation campaign. So I'm going to click on leads as an objective and I'm going to click on continue. So here if you see, you'll be able to see 2 options. First one is recommended setting and second one is manual lead campaign. Now the recommended one is mainly getting pushed by Facebook a lot by its algorithm. This particular campaign is where you'll see all the Advantage Plus type is coming, all the Advantage Plus audience, Advantage Plus creative and Advantage Plus placement. But if you're just starting with a very limited budget, I don't recommend you to go with the recommended setting because you don't have that much budget. You haven't spent a lot of time as well as budget for the Facebook algorithm to learn more about your audience. So you always start with manual leads campaign. I'm going to click on continue. Once you click on continue, you can again name the campaign as per your own requirement. I'll write test with low budget. And then you can always choose your category. So let's say if you are into advertising or if you are into real estate or any kind of gambling. So if you see here, there are certain type of ads category which you need to disclose. So if you're not promoting these things that can be unrelated activities, gift cards, financial management, education, tax and accounting services, shop rewards, you can directly click on no. Or if you are into these things that can be credit cards, long-term financing, current and saving account, investment, so you can say any kind of financial services, you have to click on my ads promotes one of these following. But in this case it is already default, so I'm not going to click on that. Bidding type, I always go with auction because the reservation is still not a good time, especially if you're just starting with a low budget to test. Campaign objective, as we have selected, our campaign objective is lead generation, so we are going to keep this as it is. Next, advantage campaign budget. I can turn this toggle on, but I am not going to do it. Neither the A and B testing, because when you're just starting your campaign with a very limited budget, you don't have that much bandwidth, or you can say the marketing budget to spend a lot on A and B testing. But again, there is a lot of technique to do A and B testing with a very limited budget, which we'll do and understand later. For now, I'm going to click on next. I'm just keeping this entire campaign very simple and clean so that you guys can understand. Here I'll write, so normally what I do personally is I write the location as well as any audience. So let's say if I target a location in India called Pune. So I'm going to write that location name and I'll describe my audience if I want to explain more about that. Okay. Then I'm going to go with instant form and messengers. Now, if the client requirement is calls, I can also go with calls. Or if I want to generate leads via Instagram, I can directly click on Instagram or instant form. Now, normally with this kind of campaign, with the lead generation, I'll directly go with instant forms. That way, your CPL, that is cost per lead, will be very low. So if you see, as of now, the budget is quite high. That's why Facebook is predicting a lot of lead. But if I put the budget of 300 rupees per day, it will be 9 to 26 lead. That is the estimated daily results which is given by Facebook. Now, in reality, if you're not going to get too much competition for certain categories, we'll be seeing that the leads will be around 5 to 6, or you can say it can go around 2 to 5 leads per day. And that's a good, great way to start with a very limited budget. Next, I'll always select the start and end date. It is very important so that you'll be able to understand how much budget you want to put. I'll also go with budget scheduling. I'm going to put certain timing. So for instance, if I want to run my ads from 24th December and I want to start from 7 a.m. in the Indian timing till 9 p.m. I'll schedule this. Now, if you're just starting out, you can customize as per your own requirement, but to be very precise, you don't need all these things. You don't need to control your audience. You need to keep the audience broader so that Facebook algorithm can learn more about your audience and it can deliver as per the entire audience and creative. So you focus more on creative, not on audience, because we are creating a very broader kind of audience. So I'll take Pune as a location. I'll take 40 kilometers. It's already here, so I'm going to click on 40. Now, if you see, what I'm doing is I'm also making sure that my ads is reaching more people who is likely to respond to my campaign, that is ads. So I can also add certain suggested options, but if I'm just starting out, I'm going to give all the options to the Facebook algorithm. Next, I'm going to focus more on placement because that's where the game will begin. That's where you'll be able to see the lead delivery as well as the right time, the right kind of audience is something which you're able to decide once you're able to understand how to put right creative. So here what I'll do, I'll write image 1. I'll take the image. So here if you see, you need to create a form, or if you already have created the form, you can always choose the template. So in my case, I already have created this form, so I'm not going to disturb here. I'm not going to create or customize any kind of form. All I'm going to do is I'm just going to create this campaign with the image. So I'll take single image or video and then I'll directly click on publish. Now before even hitting this publish button, I'm going to set up the creative section as well. So if you see, what I've done is I have created a broad campaign. I've given all the chance to Facebook algorithm to learn more about my audience and then to deliver the results. And yeah, one very quick and important announcement is that if you're into digital marketing or if you're starting your career into digital marketing, I have created a private community for people like you who just started their career into digital marketing, or even if you're into digital marketing for many years, this community is exactly what you need in order to grow faster, or you can say 10 times in 2025. So fill the form which is in the description and see if you can qualify to be part of this community, which is totally free. And let's continue with the video. Now I'm going to show you how to allocate that small budget on Facebook or Meta ads. Now we all know you have a very limited budget, and that's why you need to follow a right strategy. Now if you see this document, if you focus on this particular document, which I am going to share with you, if you stick with me till the end of this video, you'll understand that the basics, and that is a fundamental which you need to understand, is that without having a proper understanding of funnel, it is very difficult to allocate the budget. That means आपको basics आना ही चाहिए about funnel. Now, understanding your funnel and audience. If I have to just start the Facebook ads campaign, or if I have to start allocating my budget, how I'll do is very simple. I'll understand that my audience is divided into three parts. First, that is your top of the funnel. I'm going to make sure that we are dividing and we are allocating 50% of my budget on new audience. That is targeting people who are not aware about my product or services. That can be your cold audience. And the reason why we are going to put more budget here is because हमको उनको awareness करना है about our services or product. Now if you see, interesting part here is using broad interest and targeting. Now हमने क्या किया था, in the campaign which we have created, we have used broad targeting. We haven't started our campaign with very generic or very specific interest or targeting, but हमने किससे start किया? Broad, because we are trying to understand that who is our audience, and that's why on the top of the funnel you'll spend 50% of your budget. So I've taken 30 to 50%, but to begin with you can put 50% of your monthly budget on targeting new audience. Now once you have targeted the new audience, you're going to again decide between 30 to 50%. Now if you put 50% here, you're going to put 30% here. That will be your 80% of the budget on engaging that warm audience who have interacted with your brands or your existing campaign, the campaign which is already running. So इस case में if you see, you are going to do retargeting and mid intent objective like add to cart or website visits. अभी जो हमने campaign किया था, that is a lead generation campaign, so we are going to use websites visit or people who are clicking on our ads or people who have visited our Instagram or Facebook profile. And then आखिरी में 20% you're going to spend on the hottest lead. That means if someone have already clicked on my ads, I am going to spend rest of that 20% on that particular campaign. So basically आप क्या करोगे, आप अपने campaign को divide करोगे into three part: tofu, mofu and bofu. Simple. So if you understand that is the funnel and audience, you'll able to understand all about the initial budget allocation. That is, again, it is totally customized as per your own need and audience segment. Tofu को मैंने यहाँ पे क्या किया, 55%, mofu को 35% and bofu को 10%. And then campaign objective भी, if you see, to begin with, you'll do awareness, lead generation and conversion. So if you're just starting, I'll highly recommend that you always start with lead generation. You don't need to focus on other kind of objective because you don't have a lot of budget. So lead generation is something जहाँ पे you will able to test and understand that whether with your targeting and audience you'll able to get the results or not. So always begin with lead generation campaign. Next is geography and targeting. Now इसके ऊपर I'm going to create another video that will be more of understanding how to target certain audience. If you're not getting quality leads, we are going to talk more about in that video, but I'm just giving you the gist, or you can say the basic understanding of geography and targeting. सो ग्लोबल कैंपेन एलोकेशन विल बी अराउंड 40 to 50%. ये सब पूरा एडवांस है और आपको तभी समझेगा जब आपको बेसिक आएगा, दैट इज ऑफ बेसिक ऑफ फनल. बट if you're new here or if you're just trying to learn Facebook ads, just stick with me and become the part of the group. Be in the group so that you, if you're running ad, if you're trying to learn ads, if you have any ads, you directly go and ask your questions in that group. Next is creative investment. I always keep 20 to 30% budget into creative, that is mainly into A and B testing, जहाँ पे हम लोग टेस्ट करेंगे all kind of multiple creatives that can be videos, carousel, reels and static ads. Highlight urgency and value, this thing again which is part of your creative investment which you need to do. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this. I'll share the document with you, and since we are going to discuss this entire document again in a separate video, so I'll leave that video for you. But yeah, this is just a basic understanding which I'm giving you. Scaling and optimization, again a very important topic, जिसके लिए मैंने एक already video upload करने वाला हूँ. I mean the video is already there in the library. We are going to upload this video very soon. Next is allocate for retargeting. Again, as I told you, when you see that people are clicking on the ads but they are not converting, they are not filling up the form, and how you'll see is you're able to see the Facebook dashboard for that. Okay, and that's how you're able to see that what is your KPIs, how many people are clicking on your ads and how many folks are not converting. So based on that also you have to give the allocation for retargeting. Ultimately, last but not least is, if I have to tell you, this is the budget stage which I have divided, which I have told you already. Tofu mein, if I have, let's say, budget of $3,000 for a month, I'm going to spend $1,200 on awareness, and I'll take video, or you can say reel as of now, with a good face on the reel. That can be an influencer or anyone that will be your UGC content creators. Mofu mein I'm going to spend again $1,200, and rest, that is your bottom of the funnel, I'm going to spend $600. Now isko you can convert on like pound, you can convert the same currency into rupees or any other currency to understand the funnel stage, budget and key focus areas. And you have to subscribe to this channel, and don't forget to join the community, because I'm going to meet you there, and along with that I'm going to interact with you personally in that particular private community. And yeah, ultimately, if you want to learn more about Facebook ads, do watch this video, because this video will give you a basic introductory as well as understanding about Facebook ads.